Today is all about present parenting and creating a harmonious home. If your home feels tense, your kids feel it too, okay? And building that parent connection through like gentle parenting practices, it can really change everything. So you might not even realize how much tension is in the air until you take a step back and really look at it. The rushing, the stress, the edge in your voice, the constant feeling like everyone's just waiting for the next meltdown. And you're thinking, this isn't what I wanted. I wanted my home to feel warm and safe and calm, right? Not like this. I've been there. That was a season where I felt like my home was always heavy. Like we were always walking on eggshells. And I kept thinking, like, how did it get to this? And how do I fix this? So real quick, if you're feeling this, go ahead and hit like and subscribe because we're always diving into new parenting tips. And I want to make sure you don't miss any of the goodies. But let's talk about what this actually feels like when you're trying to build secure attachment and co-regulation. You want your kids to feel emotionally safe. You want them to know they can come to you with anything. You want your home to be their soft place to land. You want that deep child connection and emotional connection with daily routines for kids that actually supports them, right? But instead it feels like there's this underlying tension going on. And maybe you're snapping more than you want to. Maybe your kids are more reactive. Maybe everyone just feels on edge. And the hard part is that you can't always pinpoint why. It's not like there's one big thing. It's just the cumulative weight of stress and disconnection and reactivity. So here's what's happening when it comes to child behavior and creating emotional safety through attachment parenting principles. Your home environment, the energy, the tone, the rhythms, the physical space, that's shaping your child's emotional baseline. And this is the environment part of my trifecta of focus, because when the environment feels chaotic or tense, your child's nervous system stays in a state of low level stress all the time. And they're always kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop. And you can't build trust or create a peaceful home when everybody's on edge. And when kids don't feel safe in their environment, they show it through behavior, like a defense mechanism. They're clingy, there's meltdowns, they shut down, they're acting out. It's not that they're being difficult, it's that their nervous system is saying something doesn't feel right here, or their psyche is saying it, okay? They're like, hey, I don't know what's wrong or how to ask for it, but I need help. So let me share something kind of vulnerable. There was a time when I was so stressed and juggling everything, just trying to keep it all together, and I didn't realize how much my energy was affecting my kids. I wasn't yelling every day. I wasn't always being mean, but I was just constantly tense and short and always rushing. And I started noticing my oldest would ask me the same question like 3 or 4 times. Like he didn't trust that I heard him the first time. And one day he said to me, "Mama, are you mad at me?" And I wasn't, but my energy was communicating something different. So my stress was creating an environment where he didn't feel emotionally safe. And that was really a wake-up call, because I realized if I want my kids to feel safe, I have to create a home or a home environment that feels safe. And that starts with me, right? So let me give you 3 tools that will help you create a calmer, safer home environment as well. And these aren't complicated, but they are so powerful. One is daily connection rituals. So I like to call them love bombs. This is about creating predictable moments in your day where your child knows that they have your full attention. And it could be like morning snuggles before you get out of the bed. It could be reading together before nap time. It could be a special handshake that you do before they leave for school. The point is that it's consistent and it's theirs, and it fills their need, their core need for connection, so that they don't have to act out to get your attention later on, okay? So in my house, we do what I call rose, thorn, bud at dinner. So everyone shares one good thing from their day, the rose, and then one hard thing, the thorn, and then one thing they're looking forward to, which is the bud. And it takes maybe 5 minutes, but it creates this space where everyone feels heard. And my kids know that every single day they're going to get that moment with me and dad and each other. And it's special, right? So then we have another tool, and that is, it's so simple but powerful, and that's your tone and your presence, because they set the emotional temperature of your home. So when you're calm, your kids feel calmer. When you're present, like actually paying attention instead of scrolling on your phone or mentally planning dinner, they feel seen when you're paying attention, okay? And they know when you are. So you don't have to be perfect, but even just pausing, taking a breath, lowering your voice when you're about to snap, that shifts the energy in the room, right? So I start practicing this thing where when my kids come to me with something, even if it's the 15th interruption in the last 10 minutes, I stop what I'm doing and I turn my body towards them and make eye contact. And it takes 2 extra seconds, but it communicates, you matter, I see you, you're safe here, right? Now, we also have predictable rhythms. And we talked about this in the daily routines video, but it's worth repeating here. Kids feel safest when they know what to expect. They don't need a strict schedule. You need a predictable flow. Wake up, get dressed, eat breakfast, play, same order every day. And that predictability creates a sense of safety within their psyche. And they're not constantly asking, what's going to happen next? When are we eating? Where are we going? Like all these things, they're not up in the air. So that taps into their core need for safety. Okay, and here's one more thing that's absolutely essential for creating a safe home environment, and that is the repair. And we've talked about it a bit already because it is so important. So because you're going to have hard moments, you're going to snap. You're going to be stressed. You're going to mess up. But when you repair, when you come back and say, hey, mama was really frustrated earlier and I didn't use my calm voice. That wasn't okay. I'm really sorry. That teaches your child that mistakes don't break connection, that it's okay to make mistakes, right? Repair is what makes your home feel safe, even in imperfect moments. We need this. Our kids need it. I'll never forget this one time I had a really, really rough day and I was overwhelmed. I was short with my kids. I could feel the tension building. And that night, after they were in bed, I went into their room and I said, hey, Mama had a really hard day today and I didn't show up the way that I wanted to. I'm sorry about that. But, tomorrow's a new day and I'm going to try again. And my oldest son looked at me and said, it's okay. You're still learning too, Mama. And that's when I realized, when we model repair, we teach them that our home is a place where it's safe to be imperfect, where we can mess up and we can still be loved. And that's huge. So, oh my gosh, that hit me. Sorry. And I'm going to blame it on the fact that I am preggers. I know you can't see me because I'm always sitting down, but I've been so emotional with this pregnancy. It's so funny. Okay. So here's what I want you to hear, mamas. Creating a calm, safe home doesn't mean everything is perfect, right? It doesn't mean that your kids never melt down or you never raise your voice. It means that you're intentional about the energy that you bring. It means that you're prioritizing connection. It means that you repair when things go sideways. And over time, those small shifts create a home where your kids can relax and where they know that they're safe, where they know they're loved no matter what. So this week, I want you to try just one of those tools, and maybe it's starting a daily love bomb ritual, that connection ritual. Maybe it's being more present with your kids, and when they come up to you, you really stop and you look at them and you engage with them only. And maybe it's practicing repair the next time you snap just one, and watch how the energy in your home starts to shift. So in the next video, we're going to be talking about something that it doesn't get talked about enough, I don't think, and that's mom friendship and why you can still feel alone even when you're surrounded by people. Because if you're feeling isolated in motherhood, you're not alone, and this one's for you. So make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss it, and I'll see you there.